Good morning, real estate world. John Moss for General Property Management right here in good old Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So we are barely surviving here at General Property Management. I say that because we have the largest tenant turnover ever in our entire year that happens at the end of May, beginning of June. We call it Hell Week, and it's really like Hell Month. It kind of starts like May 15th when all the tenants move out. We do all the inspections and all the repairs and all the painting and all the cleaning. And then people move in June 1st, and then we have to do the security deposit returns. And then about June 15th, I would say it kind of calms down. So with that, this video is going to be about security deposit returns and security deposit withholdings. So whether you are a little tiny landlord, you have one little tiny property that rents for a little tiny rent, or whether you're a huge property management company with 1,000 doors, the law is the law is the law, and it's all the same irregardless. And our industry is largely controlled by Chapter 704 of Wisconsin Statutes, and that chapter is titled Landlord and Tenant. And that Wisconsin statute gives to the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection the authority to write administrative code. And we're also regulated by then ATCP 134, and that's titled Residential Rental Practices. And both of those, outside of normal wear and tear, allow us to withhold from a security deposit for 6 reasons. Number 1, damage, waste, and neglect by the tenant. Number 2, unpaid rent. Number 3, unpaid utilities owed the landlord. Number 4, unpaid utilities owed to the government by the tenant, that if the tenant did not pay them, they would fall on to the landlord. A really good example of this in the city of Eau Claire would be an unpaid water bill. If the tenant was supposed to pay it, it wasn't paid, it would end up on the landlord's real estate tax bill at the end of the year. Very similar, number 5 is municipal permits. If there's permits that a tenant is supposed to pay that the tenant doesn't pay and they would fall onto the landlord, then the landlord can withhold those permits from the tenant's security deposit. Number 6 is the miscellaneous category. We can withhold for other reasons, and as long as it's on a separate document, and that document must be titled, and it must be titled in capital letters, non-standard rental provisions. And every single one of those provisions must be initialed or signed by the tenant. We can withhold for other reasons. A really good example would be late fees. If you allow late fees in your lease and it's in the non-standard rental provisions, you can then pull it from the security deposit. NSF fees, non-sufficient funds, that'd be another really good example. So normal wear and tear is excluded. You can't include normal wear and tear. HUD gives some guidelines on normal wear and tear. HUD says that nail holes and pinholes are normal. Smudges on painted walls are normal. It gives life expectancy of paint of like 3 to 5 years for a painted wall. You should repaint every 3 to 5 years. HUD gives guidelines on the life expectancy of carpet and vinyl flooring of 5 to 7 years. So we tally things up. We got to return the money to the tenants within 21 days. 21 days, the security deposit money must go back. If there's any withholding, it must be itemized. We withheld this much money for this reason within 21 days. The landlord is responsible to send it. That's it. That's where the responsibility ends. Send it within 21 days, send it with an itemization. The tenant's responsible to receive the money. That's the tenant's responsibility, is receiving the money. To receive the money, the tenant must provide a forwarding address or receive it at the last known address and do some kind of forwarding mechanism with the post office. And it doesn't really specifically say, however, it is understood as being legitimate to send funds electronically for a security deposit return. The law is a little behind the times, but we can do that legally. It doesn't say you can't, so you can. So this is John Moss for General Property Management. Give you a disclaimer, I'm not giving you legal advice here. Talk to an attorney. When we all do our own little part, the world's a better place. You can learn more at generalpropertymanagement.com. Thank you very much for watching.